Welcome to Tarun's Thoughts. It's Thursday. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just making the video in my bedroom as always. Hope everyone's having a fantastic week. Thanks to everybody who messaged me on Instagram or here about the TV show last Saturday, Flirty Dancing on Fox. I got to be a part of it. It was surreal for me to see that. Because normally if I ever do stuff like that, I'm in a commercial or I'm playing a character, like I'm living somebody else's imagination. This, I was actually myself, so it was interesting to see that. And I think the reason I even got cast in that show, when I talked to people, the casting directors, was because I've been making vlogs like this, because I practice being authentic, who I am. And that person on that show, I mean, that is me, but they edited that. I mean, I'm not like that. They took out all the funny parts, by the way. Like when Jenna asked me about like my perfect partner, I think I told her someone who's not fat, and then I'm pretty sure they edited that out. Like she looked at me like, she's gonna kill me or something. But no, it was cool. And my friend actually called me. My phone blew up, and my friend called me up, and he was like, "Dude, this is great." And I watched it and I was like, who is this guy on TV? Like, this guy's so positive all the time. And like, also, they edited out all the parts where like I do jujitsu and whatever. Like they followed me in my jujitsu gym and I was like the artsy guy, right? They made me as the artsy guy and the other dude was like the athletic dude. And I was like, I'm athletic, but apparently I just sit in my house and do yoga all day and write. But no, it was a thrill. Appreciate the opportunity and it was really cool to do it. So which brings me to this question. You know, people ask me, in fact, I got a lot of messages from people, family, friends from high school who I haven't talked to in years. And they were like, man, I'm so cool. It's so cool you're an artist, living an artist life. First of all, that TV show painted me as an artist, right? And one girl was like, you know, I'm a lawyer. Nobody's ever going to read my draft statements, but you're actually creating, you know, positive value to the world. And I don't even think of it like that. Because, I mean, for me, I've been doing this for so long. I never think about what I'm doing. And this isn't some life-changing thing, but I kind of understand, you know, I am adding positive, but I think we all do to some extent, right? If you're a lawyer, you're a doctor, whatever you do, you're a teacher, you are adding some value to society, whatever it is your chosen profession is. It's just in different ways. But I was really thinking about like, God, I am an artist. I've been doing this. This is what I do full time. I live off my art. Which brings me to the question, you know, what's it like being an artist? And honestly, it's great, but it also sucks. It sucks beyond belief sometimes. I mean, there are days I'm like, fuck, like this sucks, right? I gotta pay bills and like, I don't know where the next check's gonna come. I mean, it's being total full transparency here. Like it is scary. And if you've read my book, you know, like that's, a lot of the stories are true. Like it was a slow climb to where I am right now. And I don't even think I've made it now. I'm just kind of hanging in there. You know, this month, again, I'm not trying to make this a bitch fest. I'm just telling you what it is. Like, there's so much positive stuff, you know? I'd be like, oh yeah, you know, I get to write, I get to make people happy, and then people message me, and you have fans, and blah, blah. But there's a whole world that people do not see, like the level of insecurity that I have on a daily basis, like questioning my own self-worth and value, like that's perpetual thing. And somebody told me, I was talking to my friend about this because I was like, yeah, I mean, you know, it's still, where's the next job? If you watch my vlog I made about this show, it's like, where's the next job going to be? And my friend was like, you know, that's your natural temperamental nature. Like that's who you are as a person. And I was like, oh, maybe she's right. I'm just kind of like this, which probably drew me to this profession to begin with. So, like for example, like this month I had two print jobs, you know, which is blessed. Did a print job for like Harris Casino. I did one for Casper's Mattresses, and you know, awesome. I'm on set, I'm modeling, whatever. I get paid to do this. And then between those days, I'm like, God damn, I gotta write, I gotta make stuff, I gotta create things. I'm looking for the next job. So there's this, first of all, okay, let's just break it down. As an artist, you have to go through a lot of time developing your craft, whatever that is. If you're a writer, you're an actor, you know, maybe you bake pots at home out of clay. I don't know what it is you've chosen, but if that's your human spirit, you have to get good at that. And that could take years, decades even, to actually, learn how to do something. I heard Seinfeld say, Jerry Seinfeld, comedian, someone said, "Oh, I've done comedy 10 years." And he goes, "You're in kindergarten." Like that 10 years is nothing. Like 20 years, 30 years, that's when you really start learning who you are as a comedian, which is a whole other conversation about people who blow up and become famous, 3 years in. But I really believe that it takes a long time to figure out what your voice is, like who you are as a person, like what you want to, produce to the world and give, and to keep at it consistently. It is so tough. I mean, I know for me, I can say hands down, my biggest enemy is myself. Like, to have to deal with myself and deal with the voices and the self-talk and the narrative in my head, it's unbearable sometimes. So, one, you have to get good, and you have to, kind of take this divergent road in another direction that's full of just instability, financial. I mean, God knows, I could have gotten married like 5 times by now between, 30 and now. And I didn't, because I was just this wretched artist who was trying to get by, and I didn't want to bring my girlfriend down with me in this torrential downpour. So that's just where I was. I mean, God knows how many problems I've had, and I've expressed this in this vlog. At the same time, I still say this, I think suffering leads to higher consciousness, and I don't think I'd be the person I am today if it wasn't for the artist lifestyle. I think the being a comedian, being a writer, I went through some abysmal lows, and I really did some self-discovery, figure out who I was, who I wanted to be. So I'm a constant work in progress, and I think I owe my art to my personality today, my individuality. So I think there's a pro and con to it. So what's it like being an artist? It's cool, but dude, someone said this to me once, which is actually in my book, plug in my book. Paraphrasing, it was a comedian, I was like 20 years old, and he goes, when you choose this lifestyle, you choose this profession, you're not just choosing being a comedian, you're choosing a lifestyle, which means, where you live, who you marry, your everyday, day to day. And he was totally right. Like, I'm on stage maybe, if comedians are on stage like an hour at the most a night, the rest of the time you're trying to figure out the next step. And it's a perennial thing. It never goes away. So if you want to be an artist, I think you should definitely go for it. Even if you have a full-time job and you're successful, I think there are people who have these side hustles at night, and they write and they do their creative things, they paint, and you have a day job to sustain yourself. And eventually, hopefully, the art takes over the day job. But even then, I've tried to quit so many times. People don't know, I have tried to quit. Even when I got fired from my last couple jobs, I tried to get back into the business. I just couldn't get hired in the right profession, and so I just stayed in it. And then things just happen to happen. So, I mean, God knows even today I was like, I'm dressed up because I was trying to get work somewhere, on the acting side, but, it was still me trying to hustle, me trying to stay afloat. And hopefully, I'm hoping that I don't have to be treading water all my life. Like, I want to be just, surfing and just have no worries and anxiety, but maybe that's just who I am. And maybe that'll never go away. As I make a dramatic pause for my coffee. So there you go. That's what it's like being an artist. I hope you took something away from this. You do have a fidelity to your human spirit. I really do believe that. And you've got to honor that in some capacity. So plugging away and know that trying to keep up with you. Have a great week.